Greetings world, I am Richard and I am back for my second video today. Today being again Friday the 27th, is that what we are? The 28th. Hi, I just finished a video that I have posted on YouTube regarding CrowdStrike. That video is going to stay just there on YouTube, so if you want to see it, I welcome you to go find me at Richard Cardinal on YouTube. Now, I have so many different topics to touch, and like I earlier said in my previous video, is that I actually did an earlier video this week on Biden, and I had to delete it. I watched it afterwards, and I was not careful about my verbiage. And, well, I don't want to get striked or deleted or it removed. So sometimes, well, usually all the time when I start reading and tapping into my higher self, I get a little, I'll get very much into the now moment. So I got to be mindful of my verbiage, and that video was just like, I just saw it getting it removed within the next day. So it got deleted. So I got to redo that one. And there's also our Canadian MP Trudeau that was requested for me to do. But for now, I want to go touch a subject I want to touch into. Not that the two other ones are not important, but since I did do one on CrowdStrikes, you know, I think that for now it's enough political reading. I want to go touch something a little bit more woo-woo. Good energy, good energy. So, what do I mean by that? It's recently come to my attention by following Alabar Jones and his team of veteran not time travelers, but see, being French, sometimes I get mixed up with my words. They do remote viewing. And he's been channeling a Pleiadian or Pleiadians recently. Now, for those of you in the woo-woo community, we are all aware what Pleiadians are. And there are specific benevolent off-world species that would be seen just that as benevolent, a good nature, and others that are nefarious, demonic, and not very good for us. So with Alabar Jones in his channel, and I resonated strong to it, right? My guttural feeling, like that third or second brain, which is in your tummy, in your solar plexus, alarms went off. Pleiadians might not be what we in the spiritual community has come to understand as being benevolent. There is a lot of information on YouTube, big channels that come, you know, like from your brothers, your sisters, from the galactics, right? We are Pleiadians, blonde hair, blue eyes, and we're here to assist you. It seems to be a little bit of a ruse. Now, I know this, I'm not going to be very popular in saying this, especially with the woo-woo community, but my job is not about being popular, right? My job is to come to you and share information that comes to me, and then I become like the Hardy Boys, an anti-Jew, and I digged into it with higher self and my cards. But it could have been a big trickery coming from them, said Pleiadians, and the Arcturians. In Alabar Jones' channeling interview with a Pleiadian, it would seem that they would be very similar in what we inner or overstand of what the Greys have been doing. So yes, I'm talking about abductions, testing. I'm not going to say that they're into anything alpha draconian or crocodilian, as in, again, spell the word adrene, add no, and add chrome. I'm not saying anything about that, but the other subjects too is almost like, well, it's not very benevolent, right? It's almost like scientific testing for whatever reason. I think there are many reasons why they do this, and I think they've been doing it for a very long time. I'm not saying that all Arcturians or all Pleiadians are not in favor of humanity's best outcome and well-being. But I'm not saying it's half-half either. Maybe like 1/3 is benevolent and the others are indifferent and they're just doing what they're assigned to do. Pretty much like what I've always been saying about reptilians. They're not all evil. If you look in nature, in our vision of what reptiles are, you got some vegetarian ones too, right? So they're not all blood meat eaters. So I think it's kind of the same thing here. But without further ado, because I did not do a spread on this, I wanted to wait to be with you, my beautiful followers, friends, watchers. I did ask my higher self, and I did ask Pendulum, and Labar Jones was correct on that information. You can go find him on YouTube, Labar Jones, and this is a recent video that he's done within the last 48 hours. Very interesting. I love this guy, this man, this warrior, and his team's work. But without further ado, I'll grab my deck and ask the universe. Higher self, oversoul, and universe. Tell me what I need to know about Pleiadians, Arcturians. I want to know, are they, as we humanity were said by them, are they actually benevolent and here to help? Or is this a ruse? Whenever I say the word ruse, I think of my favorite cartoon called Archer. And Archer is funny because when I go to bed, I can't fall asleep unless I watch Archer. They feel like my whole family. I seem to recognize a part of my personality in all other characters, whether it be Archer, Lana, Miss Archer, Pam, like Cheryl. Cheryl. I love that crazy secretary. Anyways, I'm straying again as I usually do. Back in action. Tell me everything I need to know about Pleiadians and Arcturians. Is there more to the agenda that humanity is not made aware? Have we been tricked, put into a ruse, as Archer would say? And now I want to sing Danger Zone. Tell me everything I need to know. Are Arcturians and Pleiadians benevolent, or is there more to them? Have they been actually in real time, real life, abducting and doing a scientific experience for whatever purpose they are? Tell me everything I need to see around these two specific species. All right, let's see, let's cut, let's rock and roll. First in line, okay, so this is an off-world energy, one about generosity with this cup, okay? So we got a giant, and then we got a regular size, say, human person. So we are talking about an off-world energy coming to propose and offer something of emotional substance. Okay, so it is about the Four of Wands. So this is a marriage, graduation, crossing the 1111 portal. Could be seen as an actual portal with the substance of celebration with the reefs. Moving on about fighting from the higher ground. So this is where it starts looking a little fishy. When I want to know about them, who is fighting and fighting from the upper ground? I'm not going to judge too fast because this could be the Pleiadians fighting from the higher ground against said crocodilians, grays, things of that nature in the now moment. So they have, they're offering something of a substance, but this is a child. I was talking about abduction. Pentacles has a substance as in flesh. Heartbeat. Okay, so it's all about self-made sovereign independence. Moving on. Okay, there's my deep dark cabal. Because this is not a marriage question and it is not a zodiac question. So this is not a Taurus, the zodiac sign. It is not about marriage. It could be seen as a religious leaders on the world stage. Moving on. So yes, my other off-world energy, galactic, the universe, shining in, enlightenment coming in. Then we got justice. Justice be served. There's a justice happening. About, okay, so I got my other portal card, the Two of Wands. So holding your world in your hands, looking across, see, in the 11 portal, planning your future. Clarifying spread. Something grueling is coming to an end. We've been going uphill, grueling stress, and now we're ready to let go of this weight. Okay, this is funny because on my first video that I did this morning on CrowdStrike, these two cards came side by side at the same time. 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Swords, again, is an ending, but this is a surrendering to something extremely stressful. Okay, so stressful about what? Okay, aces are all about grants of the universe, about emotional success or emotional grants, but in a cup we also put a liquid, that's an emotion and or a substance. All right, this might be a deep dive because I need to know more, but first let's do my golden major arcanas on Pleiadians, Arcturians, and what can be said about them towards humanity. In one card, and we're going to go here. So it is the Fool. The whole deck was upside down, so I'm going to look at it straight up. Fool, new beginning, new direction, could be a little bit of a trickster as well. Yeah. Yeah, it could have been a trickery. And I'm not getting that they are per se evil. No, but they're not as benevolent as all those online videos would be sharing, right? The ones with the big followings. And it's usually generated artificial intelligent voice talking like we are your great friends and allies. There's something off to this because this card here is deep cabal or religious leaders, which is one of the same. Okay, so I mean, I might as well go out with this video, right? So say this was the Pope. And if you look at pictures of popes, they all have this staff, this wand, which is a cross with a pair of Jesus on it. But it is a melted cross. It is a broken cross that goes like a frowny face. And that character is like a distorted version of what Jesus would be, which is the Antichrist. Don't take my word for it. It would be, you know, everyone's responsibility to do their own Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, meaning like detective, you know, like digital online warrior of research. But, you know, I mean, the Vatican and these popes are not what they pretended to be. Just look at that staff, the cross. That is inverted. It represents the Antichrist. So these leaders, if we are talking about religious world stage leaders, aka a pope, and there's a white pope, a gray pope, a black pope, all of them are not good. So what I can feel right now is that they are off-world energy indeed, and they are giving us an offering in this cup. Off-world, more mature, offering an emotional thing to human. Coming across a portal with a promise, a great graduation, but there is a fight from the higher ground here. There is a war regarding these two species. Might have to clarify this one. So it is about an offering or something about to do with the little ones or an offering to them or abductions or they're giving us a little offering. I think or under the guise of independence. So the little that they say in their channelings, in the videos about an offering in order for human sovereignty, it is shadowed by my deep dark Cabal card, world religious figures. Although these are positive and yellow, this is not standing well with that. So we are talking about off-world energy, universal, and being enlightened, enlightening towards these two species. A justice is coming about their promise, perhaps, that they are giving us. Because in my clarifying, I have end of a grueling, surrender to stress, about emotional grants being delivered. And the clarifying, the message of the universe is the Fool. The Fool is a new beginning and can also be seen in a question like this about a trickery. So let me see a little bit further. I wanted to look into the Seven of Wands. So I'll grab my gold, my black and gold deck. Higher Self, Oversoul, and Universe. Clarify to me, why is the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands here? Why is the Seven of Wands here? Who is at war on the higher ground? Is it Arcturians, Pleiadians, or is that humanity? Show me everything I need to see, everything I need to know. Okay, so I got this one that just popped out, and this is a youthful card. There's something in this cup. And to me, in a question like this, is usually about a substance. Again, I don't think they have anything to do with adrene, chrome, but there is something about the DNA. The DNA is a liquid. It is a substance. And they've been working a very long time. This is working for a very long time on a topic, on a subject. Fighting from the higher ground about a substance. Working on that substance. Well, okay, so it could actually be about the word that I make you spell out, because this is my party favor card in a question like this. And that's making me feel really weird. Okay. Pendulum. Let's go for the pendulum. All right, so as you will know that when I go forward, back and forth, that's a yes. If I go side to side, it's a no. And if I go in circles, it's looping. I don't know. Pendulum. Tell me, am I accurate with this reading? So give me more of a movement. Let's rock and roll a bit more. So if you're saying, yeah, you're saying a yes. Huh? So rock it more. Let's listen to some Joan Jett and go all the way out to her beat. I love rock and roll. Nah, that's a yes. Is there anything that I am wrong in my reading? So looping always comes first because it's used to going in the forward and back angle. And it stopped looping. It's going side to side. Can you rock and roll a bit more so that we can have a visual of a no? Yeah, so let's listen to, I don't know, the plasmatics. Like, yeah, go with the plasmatics. Butcher baby. That's a no. So I think that there are more questions I could ask, but accordingly to the cards, my higher self in pendulum, Alabar Jones is correct, but I'm not getting that they are actually draconian or fleshy. This is not the thing, but there is something off with them. And I do see the cards of abductions, the taking, the testing, the working on the DNA. There is a liquid here. So maybe they're not doing the same thing as certain do with that liquid, which is eternal life, youthful, never getting sick, vampirism. I don't think it's that. I don't know. Are they working on it in order to sell it after? That I don't know, but I can ask Pendulum. Yes, let's do that. So could it be that, yeah, you heard my question, huh? So they would be testing on humans. Could they be collecting that substance? Is there a market up there, like a trade? Could they be selling that substance? Now, when they sell that substance, do they actually go through the torture of humans as the other ones do? I know it's going to be a no. Yeah. So first, it's a maybe. I don't know. I'm looping. It depends. So there actually could be some that. Oh yes. Okay. So I think that this is going to require a higher investigation. But okay, guys. Let's make this simple. Not all white people are evil, not all black people are evil, not all yellow or red people are evil. And I mentioned these colors because we are called humanity, because we have different hues. Humanity. Not every time you're going to go into the ocean that a shark is going to eat you. If you look in Florida, California, there is a lot of sharks around people who are swimming, unbeknownst to the swimmers. You don't always get bit. Not every bear is going to eat it. So it's the same thing. I'm trying to use that, right? We cannot say all of a species is evil. But Bar Jones is on track. In the video I saw about his channeling a Pleiadian, that there is something scientific, and all these videos that we are seeing on YouTube, online, by big, like, million followers, whatever, these are not the accurate channels, okay? So this is trickery. It is absolutely a trickery. There's something else. It's more scientific. There's a trade up there. And I feel that they are not emotionally attached as they present themselves to be. That is my Archer ruse. Because there's a fight here. Something is really off. And they are, like, that would make sense, right? Like a trade in league with certain religious world stage characters, such as a pope. But it's coming to an end. It's absolutely coming to an end. These are surrendering cards. After a 10, it's a rebirth. What is a rebirth? This guy. So rebirth and or trickeries. Well, there you go, guys. So I'm going to let it at this because I'm already at almost 23 minutes. So, yeah, I would say let's take it with a grain of salt whenever we go into the woo-woo department and look for information on being enlightened and off-world energy. I'm not getting that the Pleiadians and Arcturians are what they say they are. I'm not saying they're all evil, but I've said this and I'm repeating myself. And I'm not getting also that this is the same case perhaps for Lyrians and dragons, not draconians, alpha draconians, the dragon species. I think that's a whole different category. But I can look into that on another reading. So this said, I got to get ready, change my jeans, and go get my date for the weekend. So I love you all very much. Have a love-infused, glorious, rock and roll kind of a weekend, and I'll catch you on the next read. Ow! Be real, be well, be happy. I love you. Cheers.